Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Myself cajoshikumar. In this video we are going to cover the most important topic, that is TDS and TCS sections. What I've done is I've collated all the important sections, like whatever has been asked in your suggested MTPs and RTPs, all of them at one place. And once we're finishing these concepts now, just go and do these questions. Okay, I've inserted the questions also in the same PDF, so it will be very useful. Watch this video. And we are not going to discuss the entire section. We'll be discussing the crux, like the important part which is asked in those questions. Okay, so this has been asked in your May 25 and MTP Jan 26. The first one is about your commission. Okay, which is very simple. Agar commission, if it is more than 15,000, then they have to deduct TDS. TDS rate was 5% before. Now it has become 2% from 1/10/2024. Date is very important, 1/10/2024. Okay, so that's it about commission, nothing much. 194R talks about benefits and perquisites. Suppose you have gone to a business meeting and you have taken your family along with you. Okay, now whatever cost incurred, you're getting a reimbursement from your company, so that will be treated as a perquisite. In case if the amount is more than 20,000, they have to deduct TDS. Okay, now here you will consider the aggregate value over the year, how many times you have got the perquisites, and if the value is more than 20,000, deduct TDS 10%. Okay, so the same is asked in your May and your MTP Jan 26 also. Not just this, not just reimbursement of expenses, even if you get any laptop, on that also they have to deduct TDS. Okay, let's go. Next one is about scrap. This is in between 206C1C TCS section and 194Q TDS section. Okay, watch this. So I have gone to purchase a scrap. Okay, now the scrap value, I'm purchasing more than 50 lakhs. Okay, now at the time of purchasing I gave a declaration. Okay, in that declaration what I told, these goods will be used for manufacturing or production of any article or for the purpose of generation of power. Okay, first of all, when I'm purchasing the scrap, TCS provisions will be applicable. That means person who is selling, no, he has to collect TCS 1%. Scrap ke upar it is 1%. But because I gave this declaration, no, TCS provisions won't be applicable. As a buyer, I have to deduct tax under section 194Q if other conditions are met. Okay, 194Q ke liye your previous year turnover should be more than 10 crores. Your purchase value should be more than 50 lakhs. On the excess part only you will deduct TDS. Okay, now if I'm purchasing 70 lakhs of scrap, on 50 lakhs I won't pay anything. On that excess 20 lakhs I will pay 0.1%. Got it? TDS I have to pay. So another question was also asked in May 25 on the same 194Q, which says here the buyer was a non-resident company आके resident company के साथ purchase कर रहा है. So he is purchasing more than 50 lakhs. Okay, even that fellow also should deduct TDS. Okay, so payer can be any person, payee should be resident. Understood? So once do these questions. Okay, once take a look at those questions, you will understand. Now next one is 194J. What exactly is happening is hospital has provided services to patient. Okay, now patient has taken an insurance, so third party administrator, no, he is making the payment to hospital. Now the question is, at the time of making the payment, he has to deduct TDS under section 194J or 194C. Since this is a contract, no, that question has come, whether I have to pay under, whether I have to deduct under 194J or 194C. So the law says whatever services that have been provided by hospital, that comes under medicine. Okay, which is a profession, so which is clearly defined under section 194J. And not necessarily that patient is receiving the services, but payment is done by TPA, right? So it is not necessarily that only patient has to make the payment. Someone else also can make the payment. Since he's making the payment for the medical services, it comes under profession. So at the time of making the payment, he will deduct TDS under section 194J. Okay, so that question is asked in your MTP. Go and check it out. 194IA, very important section. Okay? First of all, 194IA is applicable when you're purchasing any property and the value should be more than 50 lakhs. If it is more than 50 lakhs, the one who is making the payment has to deduct TDS at the rate 1%. Now, in the question, he will give you two values. One is consideration value and the other one is stamp duty value. Which one you will consider? Whichever is higher. Okay. Now, the second one is, along with consideration of making payment to the flat, he'll also give you certain charges like parking charges, generator cost, swimming pool cost, include everything. Okay. Now the third one is, suppose I am paying 45 lakhs and my wife is paying 45 lakhs. Individually, we have not crossed 50 lakhs limit. I am saying, oh, we did not cross, so I don't have to deduct TDS. Law says no, you have to go with the aggregate value. Okay, 45 lakhs plus 45 lakhs, it is 90 lakhs, which is more than what? 50 lakhs limit. So deduct TDS. I'll deduct 1% TDS on 45 lakhs. My wife will deduct 1% TDS on 45 lakhs. Clear? Now, other situation where there are multiple sellers, like there are two brothers who are selling their flat. I'm making payment of 45 lakhs to brother A and 45 lakhs to brother B. In that case also, I cannot say, oh, I did not cross 50 lakhs limit, I don't have to deduct TDS. No. In that case also, no, you have to see the aggregate value. Aggregate value is 90 lakhs, so deduct TDS. 1% on 45 lakhs and another 1% on 45 lakhs. Understood? September 25, final exam. 206C1F, which talks about motor car. Whenever you're going and purchasing any motor car, if the value is more than 10 lakhs, no, that TCS, the person who is selling has to collect TCS. Okay, this has asked in your RTP jar. TCS ka rate is 1%. Simple. 194G, important section. There is one crazy point here. Commission on sale of lottery ticket. If the amount is exceeding 15,000, earlier it was 5%, now it has become 2%. Same date, 1/10/2024. Okay, but here there's one catch which says that even if tax audit is not applicable to the payer in the previous year, okay, but they have to deduct TDS if the amount exceeding 50,000. If they are making payment exceeding 50,000, they have to deduct TDS. Whether tax audit is applicable for them in the previous year or not doesn't matter. Clear? 194S again, it talks about virtual digital asset. If you're making any payment more than 10,000, 1% TDS has to be deducted. RTP Jan 26. This is an important section, remittance. 206C1G. See, if you're remitting any amount, okay, and you're remitting for education purpose, and the amount is more than 7 lakhs. In that case, the TCS rate is 5%. Who will collect TCS? Authorized dealer, that is your bank. Bank will collect 5% as TCS, correct? If the amount is more than 7 lakhs. Provided when you're making a payment for education purpose and you have taken an education loan from a financial institution. Okay, you have taken an education loan from a financial institution, then instead of 5%, the rate falls down to 0.5%. Clear till here? Now, in the question, no, instead of taking loan from financial institution, they have taken loan from somewhere else. So for them, the tax rate was 5% only. Only if you take the loan from financial institution, it is 0.5%. Clear, no? Once do this question. Landing and parking charges. See, you're not just, landing and parking charges in an airplane, right? You're not just making payment for the use of land. Okay, you're not just making payment. Oh shit. Okay, so you're not just making payment for the use of land, you're also making payment for other services like, air traffic services, airport operations, ground safety services. So instead of deducting TDS under section 194I, deduct TDS under section 194C. Okay. And then the last one is insurance commission. This is applicable when insurance company is making payment to its agent. Okay. Insurance company making payment to its agent, any commission if the amount is more than 15,000 aggregate in a year, then 5% earlier, now it is 2%. Okay, but in case if there is any profit sharing between profit commission shared between reinsurance and insurance company, okay, then in that case, no, this 194D is not applicable. Do this question once, it will be helpful. And thank you all so much for watching this video, and please do share it with your friends. And also like and subscribe. See you all guys in another video.